This week on In the Epic Shop, the Ginger thanks Dodge.
It's nice to see Dodge finally got rid of those ugly tow mirrors.
Tries taking a Ram long box into a drive-through.
I wonder if we can fit.
And we discuss all the upgrades done to this AEV Prospector build.
When your good customer stops by and was like, I need an epic truck. Not just any epic truck. I need an epic AEV Prospector inspired truck. What do we say? Challenge accepted. As you heard me in the beginning, I said AEV Prospector inspired truck. Why did I say inspired? Because technically we can't build an AEV Prospector truck. Those have to come direct out of AEV's factory in Michigan and sold to you or done there or sold through a dealer network in the States. Now, why didn't he just go buy one of those? He can't. You can't go buy one of AEV's Prospectors and bring it into Canada. It's not legal. You cannot import a modified vehicle. Therefore, his only option was to have us build it. Next question, of course. Ginger, why didn't he just go to an AEV dealer and have it built? I'll tell you why. He didn't want to. He wanted us to build it. He trusts us. We've built several of his vehicles and he doesn't go anywhere else. So this is a Laramie 2024 3500 long box. How long? It's so long that we installed an intercom system so he can talk to people at the back of the truck in case he's at the front of the truck. That said, it's got the Cummins high output turbo diesel in here with the ASIN transmission, with the air assist rear suspension. It can pretty much tow a house down the highway without even realizing it. You won't even feel it. What did we do to it? What haven't we done would be a better question, but I will go through what we have done. What we've done is we've taken the truck in, we put the AEV's 3-inch suspension in this, so it has the remote reservoir shocks from Bilstein. It's got all the bells and whistles. It works with the rear assist airbags. And that was just the starting point because the customer requested 40-inch tires. You're like, 3-inch lift. Well, our customer requested 40-inch tires, and we all know 40-inch tires are not going to fit on a 3-inch lift. And as I normally joke, that's when we pull out the Sawzall. Only this time, I'm not kidding. We didn't just guess at this. It was all part of a plan. These are the AEV high mark fenders, all 4 corners with marker lights, inner fenders, reinforcement for the cab and the firewall. So you can fit a 40-inch tire with 3 inches of lift on a Ram 25 3500. That's pretty badass if you ask me. And then of course, AEV front bumper for HD Ram. This thing is a tank. Thank goodness it comes in multiple pieces because I don't think you could lift it if they put it all together for you. We've got the worn 16.5 TI winch with synthetic rope in there. We then threw the Factor 55 1.5 fair lead and the double XL flat link. The new bezels perfectly fit the bezel and sensors from the factory bumper. So this is a factory fog light as well as the sensors. We've got sensor holes for the other one. We even did a camera relocation kit, so his camera is relocated to the front right above the fair lead. Massive tow hooks. We have a skid plate protecting the intercooler at the bottom. This bumper is massive. These corners are specifically ordered to work with the high mark fenders, so everything just kind of lines up and makes one mean front end, that's for sure. This is a 40-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MT in a 17. The amount of cushion you get with this giant truck is amazing. These are AEV specific wheels that are 17 by 10 with a special offset, so it all works with the fender. So these massive tires are fully covered by the fender, so you're not going to be peppering the side of your vehicle with mud, and you're going to be legal in most places. That's pretty good. You can even see in here we've got the nice Bilstein XP8100 shocks, so hopefully that'll soak up a lot of that dirt road driving he'll be doing. So when this truck was ordered, unfortunately he didn't have the option to get power steps, and we were like, we got you. Power steps. Because honestly, without them, I'm not getting in the vehicle. All right, so we have to round out the vehicle. So we have the AEV rear bumper matching to the front This thing is solid. Like, these tubes go straight from basically the trailer hitch wrapped around to another part of the frame. You could land this big ass truck on these corners. Now, these are just mostly just looks. We've put in some rigid lights into the bumper so we can see better to back up. It fits all of your trailer connections at the back, which is nice, depending on what option you have, whether you have a 360 camera for the trailer, all that stuff. Normally we would put a higher clearance tip on this, but he is actually taking this after he picks it up from us, and he's heading on a little trip to California and Arizona. And so he's going to swing by the Banks Diesel place and get a full Banks treatment on this truck. That's why you'll notice we also didn't do the rear diff cover, because something special is coming there for him too. We did do the front diff cover with the AEV one, but the rear, it's getting a fancier one. All right, just so you guys at home can get some perspective of just how big this damn truck is. I'm 7'6".
What?
Yeah. So I don't know where you're going to be able to park this vehicle. Definitely never indoors. Maybe in a transport truck parking garage. That's about it. But regardless, it's so long, it takes up 3 parking spots at Costco. It is a pain in the ass, but it looks amazing. And this is only step 1 so far. So, Chris, if you're still watching, tell Dave you're welcome. This truck is so comfortable inside. My seat, my ass is being air conditioned as we speak. Literally, the headrest is like a pillow. It's so comfortable. And there's no shortage of torque in this thing. We haven't even re-geared this yet, because apparently you can't buy lockers and many gear options for this particular truck yet. They may have done something different to the rear end, I heard, but we're looking into that, because he'd like to have a deeper gear for towing and, you know, driving in general. So the nice thing about this, you can't even tell this thing has 40s. We also added hydro assist to this using AEV's hose kit, PSC steering gearbox, and a ram in place of where the steering stabilizer was. But like, this steering wheel turns like nothing, and these are 40-inch tall tires. So that's nice. Not to mention, there's so much torque in this engine, they feel like 33s. This is probably the only type of kit you can do where you're going to fit 40-inch tires without being extremely tall lifted and doing a lot of major cutting that looks like you did a lot of major cutting. The nice thing about this whole setup is it looks like you just bought a vehicle that has been outfitted from the dealership. Yeah. Or not from the dealership, but like when you go get a Mustang and it's a Roush Mustang, or something from Hennessy and stuff like that. So it's going to be like a next tier above buying a normal vehicle at a dealer, but OEM quality. So like, all this stuff meets crash test ratings and all that other fun stuff. But the main thing is, it doesn't look like you did it in your shed at home. Yes, you can fit 40s on pretty much anything if you're willing to do some serious sacrifices, but there's going to be a lot of negativities. You're going to end up probably getting pulled over. You're going to be way too tall. It's not going to drive well. This, you could tell me this is how it came out of the factory and I'd believe it, because it's driving pretty much like a factory 1-ton, except for we're rotating 40-inch tires and turning them like it's butter. That's pretty awesome. All in all though, this is probably one of the better options to do with a 1-ton truck when it comes to modifying, because at least you didn't mess with the payload. It still functions like a big work truck. And for all we know, your work is remote and in the bush. We have a lot of companies in the city that go out and service cell towers and stuff in the middle of the mountains. So trucks like this, if it's in the budget for that company, are perfect for that. Because we've outfitted trucks with winches and stuff before to go service cell towers. They would have loved to have this one. The only reason not to own a truck like this is financial responsibility. And if you have that, you wouldn't be watching our channel in the first place. We're gonna see if this big ass truck fits in the drive-thru at Popeyes. This is very vital for science.
For science. Stop. Wait, mirrors.
Can't do it?
We failed. I'm sorry, Bill Nye, I tried.
Basically, a 3500 truck built like this on 40s is too wide to fit through your standard drive-through at
They
Popeyes.
should probably, instead of height restrictions, add width restrictions, so at least we get an idea. But, you know, better luck next time.